Perception2Life is an organisation which I opened up to get youth off the streets. What we're initially trying to do is use university students and professionals to educate kids. What we've been doing over the period of the last 2 years is creating educational and creative products to engage young people from after school, summer holidays, during the winter period, to engage their mind and energy to push them forward. What we're trying to do initially is just break the shackles of the mind, let them know that there's people around them that actually care about their future, but also bringing in professionals to engage with them to show them that, you know, I was just in the same position as you. Whether it's mental or health, you're going through depression, anxiety, I can channel it in a way that I can become like anybody else in this world. And what we're trying to do initially is create more world leaders, more sports people, more bankers, more lawyers, more people that actually are able to create building blocks, and most of all, be an addition to the infrastructure that we're trying to create for a new earth. Obviously, with all the protests that have been happening, there's a lot of tension within communities. There's a lot of people that are wondering, like, you know, where do I go from here? How do I help out certain communities of underprivileged kids, vice versa? And I just say that, look, we all have experience, we all have skills. It's just about taking the step and the dynamic to go forward and go into these communities, have a conversation, and most of all, educate yourself about what's going on, and just create dynamics just like this. So with the first training session, we've chosen to do boxing. What we're initially going to try and do is get more forms of martial arts, self-defense classes up and running as well. We want to make it consistent, but for now, we're just going to see how it flows and how the dynamic shows. So all I'm going to say is, yeah, we've got a little guest coming through. He's going to come and sprinkle us with a little bit of his sauce. He's been doing amazing work within the community at the same time, and he's taken a little bit of time out of his busy schedule to come down and do a little training session with us.
Please welcome Craig Spider Richards. For your winner by unanimous decision from Crystal Palace, Greg Spider Richards.
What's up, bro?
You right, yeah?
How you doing?
I'm good, man.
Good. Thank you for coming down today.
Oh, no problem.
Much appreciated. Before we obviously get started into the training session, I just thought I'd like ask you a few questions, get people knowing about what you do, what got you into boxing, and the aspects of the community work that you've been doing.
Okay. Well, I was young when I started first boxing. I followed my cousin down a boxing club. So we started like that. He ended up stopping, I continued. There was a trainer who believed in me. He kept telling me, pushing me to continue to do this for my journey. I always loved boxing, but I loved it as a hobby rather than a career. A few years in, I decided, you know what, I'm actually going to take this serious. I started competing. 3 years in the amateurs, won a few things, international tournament, gold medal in the Haringey, etc. South London title of London, etc. national tournaments. And then 3 years got signed to Peter Sims. And then made my debut on the Matchroom Eddie Hearn show, stopping my opponent in 49 seconds in the first round. Came into the game with a bang. Made my first TV appearance, 4 fights in to Sky Sports. Another first round knockout, my first TV appearance, 7 fights in. Won my first Southern Area title, live on Sky Sports headlined. Fast forwarding down the journey now, ranked number 10 in the world in the WBA Continental champion, mandatory for the British, and looking to hopefully, God willing, be world champion next year.
Obviously, in terms of what we're trying to do with Perception2Life and with our training as well, is allow kids to unlock their talents just like you did. There's so many things in life that kind of throw us off, and it's just about us finding our true talents, whether it's boxing, creativity, becoming that director or that entrepreneur. But it's about channeling the young person's mind to actually becoming that. Obviously, it's checking out what you've been doing. You've been helping out the community in so many different ways. And for me, obviously, as a person that does a lot of community outreach, it's amazing to see somebody from such a professional establishment coming back into community and motivating these young kids to be the best.
I think it's very important. They're the future. So it's like good to give back and guide in the right direction. Kids can often get lost and misguided, you know. It could be the parenting, the situations at home, and that's why some of the charities I work with, such as Daddyless Daughters, Gloves Up, Knives Down, you know, these are kids on the streets on the wrong path. We're just trying to get them off. Stop, as you see the numbers and the figures in not just London, around the country, a lot of the stabbings going on. So we're just trying to channel that anger the kids have got off the street to channel it in something positive, into some boxing, and going to schools also and teaching them some boxing and having chats with them, sitting them down and trying to put them on the right path. And yeah, you always got to give your percentage back to help other people and not just take. You always got to give when you can.
I respect that, man. What has boxing done for you, like in regards to this as well? Like,
oh, boxing's opened so much doors for me. It's changed my perspective of things. And if anything you do with hard work, discipline and dedication, you can achieve whatever you like. The world's your oyster. So for me, it's channeled me on the right path. It's made me mix with the right people. It gives me a chance to reach and have a better, wider audience to connect with them.
just a little message for any younger generation that might be looking out there, maybe with the inspiration to either get into boxing or just whatever dynamic they're in. Yeah, just to inspire them. What would you say?
I would say if you want to do boxing, go and do it. Just believe in yourself, work hard and dedicate yourself. Don't cheat, do what you're supposed to do, because there's always saying, if you cut corners, you go around in circles. So just stay disciplined, stay focused and do it, and believe in yourself. You can achieve anything you put your mind to it. Easy work. Come on, easy work. Light work. Tempo free. Straight into your press ups. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest.